how's it going guys? Welcome back for another TOS video. So in this card review, we're going to take a look at younger Toguro, 80% power and his 100% power, right? So this card here is basically next week's ultimate stage. So as far as ultimate stage is concerned, this is the first card that can do a switching kind of skill, right? So we're going to talk about more about this card and then whether or not you should farm this and whether or not it is a good card, right? So let's get started, right? So first and foremost, let's take a look at his switching skill, right? So at his 80% power, which is his pre-transform version, right? He do have a active skill at CD6 as well, right? So that's basically the same skill as his post-transform version. So we'll talk about more on that later, right? So let's take a look at his switching skill first. So his switching skill is at CD8, so after 8 turns you can switch him into his post-transform version, which is younger Toguro, 100% power. Right, so upon switching, your HP will recover fully as well. Right, so this can be pretty useful in certain cases whereby there is like foul play, and then you can use this to, you can switch and then you can get back your full HP. Right, so let's take a look at his leader skill. Right, so what you can see here is Obelisk the Tormentor from Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of look like it. So anyways, younger Toguro 100% here, right? So let's take a look at his leader skill, Muscle Manipulation EX. So basically it's a very Trojan-like leader skill, right? So let's take a look. Team attack times 2, the lower the HP, the higher the team attack, and the lower the damage received, to the max of team attack times 5 and damage received minus 45% when HP is below 25%. Right, so this is a more refined version of the very old Trojan playstyle that we have many patch ago, right? Probably like patch number, version number 5 point something, right, for TOS. Right, so Trojan used to be very popular back then, but not so much now, right? In fact, it's already, this playstyle has already been extinct, right, due to many skills from the mob such as initial strike, initial shield, and etc. Right, so I don't think you'll be using Toguro here as a leader, right, because of his Trojan-like leader skill, right? Although his maximum multiplier caps at below 25% compared to other Trojan leaders like Paladin King of Darkness or Shen Gong Bao, right? 25% is actually more if I recall correctly, right? And then team attack times 5 and then we have an additional damage received minus 45%. Right, so anyways, if your HP is so low, damage received minus 45% is not going to save you from any other damage incoming, right? So I find that this leader skill is not going to be that useful, right? Unless it is a very old ultimate stage or it's a very simple stage, you can actually use this guy as a leader to kind of showcase a new playstyle, you know what I mean? Right, so anyways, leader skill is not really that good in my opinion, right? So let's take a look at his active skill. Okay, so what you can see here is the active skill of younger Toguro 100%, right, so making use of the EP system as well. So let's take a look at his EP skill on the right, right, because that's the weaker one. EP3, turn 4 runestones into Enchanted Dark and then it ranks hard runes first in priority. So this is usually like a not so good kind of convert anymore. Right now, the most ideal kind of convert is to convert an offensive runes without touching the hard runes, right? For example, maybe like Swagder or Hideyoshi, etc. Right, so converting hard runes away means that you can't heal, right? Which means that you are really going for the all-out burst. Right, so anyways, let's take a look at the next EP skill, Maximization of Power, EP6. So this is going to be a bit complicated, so stay with me. By dissolving 5 or more dark runes, the monster's attack times 5.5. Right, so it's a increasing, constantly increasing kind of multiplier, something similar to as what you can see in Lancelot. Right, so the required number of dark runes to be dissolved plus 1 each round, and the multiplier plus 1.5 additionally when the condition is fulfilled, to the max attack times 10. Right, so this attack times 10 refers to the monster's self-attack and not team attack, because that's going to be broken. Right, so you can see that the first condition that requires you, this skill requires you to do is basically dissolving 5 or more, so 5, right, let's take it as 5, and then the monster attack times 5.5. So in the subsequent turn, you need to plus 1 runestone, dark runestones to be dissolved. Right, and then after that, there will be 6 runestones and monster attack times 7, right, because it increased 1.5 times additionally, right? So next one is going to be 7 for times 8.5 multiplier, and then after that 8 runestones for maximum times 10, right? So this increases every round, so which means that you will have to dissolve more dark runes as the round goes on, right? So it's going to be capped at 8 runes, and then I think the English translation kind of missed out something, right? So all this is actually first batch only. Oh, I think they did mention at the bottom, right? I didn't really see that. Only the first batch of runestones dissolve will be counted, right? So this is quite unfortunate, right? Because when I first see the first part of the skill, I'm like, oh, this is definitely doable by Artemis, right? But it's only the first batch. So if you want to maintain this guy's active skill, you probably have to bring in a very fast and very fast converter, right? For example, like maybe G-Dragon, or you can bring in Norvi from the Descendant of the North series, right, for rapid convert. On top of that, you can see that his EP3 is actually a convert as well, right? But I feel that this EP system is not going to last long because you're going to use up more EP than to charge. You'll use up the EP more faster than the recharging, right? So you have to take that in consideration. So overall, I think Younger Toguro here is a not bad card, right? It's like a you use it more often as a member compared to a leader, right? So his leader might be a more lax playstyle, maybe for simple stages like very old ultimate stage and such, right? So overall, I feel that it requires a lot of resource to constantly maintain this maximization of power active skill, right? So I'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll try to feature a team with Younger Toguro, and then we will see his damage output, right? So overall, this is going to be card review for Younger Toguro 100% as well as 80%, right? So if you like this video, be sure to give it a like, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.